What's going on, guys? My name is Tyler. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another no BS AMC breakdown video. We are going to be talking about everything that is positive for the stock at the current moment, as well as acknowledge some downside risk factors that you guys need to know about. As well as that, we're going to go over everything you need to know from the raw data, the Ortex data, a tweet from Adam Aaron, the debt ceiling situation, the jobs numbers that came out, the Untitled Chapter data, and much more in this video. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. Drop that like on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys like these no BS breakdowns. So with that, let's get straight into it. And the first thing that is very interesting is the way that AMC moved today. We were down substantially when we started the day today, down about 1%. We bounced up to over 1% positive at the highest point, $38.78. And then we did start to sell off. And that is what we've been seeing. Even in the video that I made earlier, we were up about 0.70%, and then by the end of that video we were negative. So you're seeing a big movement today, going up and down over 1% each direction. Now, what is exactly going on here? Now, to figure this out, I do want to point to one thing in particular, and that is the volume. Right now it is 3:49 p.m., so about 11 minutes till close of market today. We're only seeing 27 million for volume, so this could come in as the lowest volume day we have ever seen with AMC stock. Now, this is a bit of a positive and a negative. The negative is you're obviously not getting a lot of traders. You're not getting any FOMO buyers that are buying into the stock. But on the positive side, you're not seeing AMC cratering in price like you would typically expect from a momentum stock once it does lose its volume. And along those same lines, it's really showing you guys that a lot of people are continuing to hold on to their position. Now, this next thing may be a bit of a positive and a negative depending who you are and what you want to happen with the stock. But this shows me that more than likely we are seeing a decent amount of shorting that is going on. I don't think apes are selling their position, so that's ultimately a negative if you're somebody that wants to see AMC go straight to the moon right away, but it's a positive if you're somebody like me that wants to see more shorting, wants to see a higher short interest. Overall, I think this is great for price discovery. Like I said, it plays into the whole theory. If we were to drop, it would be on our lowest volume days or see a massive cratering, simply not happening. So we're seeing that price discovery really, $37, $38 looks to be a good level to enter a position in my personal opinion. Now, as far as the technicals, guys, this is something that I do want to point out to you. And we are starting to see a bit of a cup and handle formation starting to play out. And I should preference this by saying this is really on a micro level. This is not a huge cup and handle formation that is starting to show itself, but you definitely are starting to see this being resembled ever since we did see that pop on Thursday. That was September 30th. You guys can see this is the cup. Once we do break out pretty much to where we were at on Thursday, which is about almost $40 per share. That's the full cup, and then we should go down just a little bit, probably to about $38 yet again, and form the handle and then break out past $40. It's unconfirmed if it's going to actually develop this cup and handle or if it is not going to. So keep that in mind. It may or may not happen, but it does look more likely that it's going to happen if a lot of the fears of the marketplace are subsided. And we did see a big fear of the marketplace that was actually basically vaporized today. Now, we do see debt ceiling deal postpones questions on Social Security, other government payments. The key points: Social Security checks will go out on time if the debt ceiling deal goes through, but the short-term agreement only postpones uncertainty to December. Here's what we know about the U.S. Department of Treasury: could prioritize payments if a new deal is not stricken by then. So the debt ceiling crisis is averted for now. It's obviously going to be a main topic of discussion coming December yet again, but it should serve as a bullish sense for the next month or 2. Now, in the markets today, the markets are not liking what is going on. The S&P was actually starting to sell off when I did make this video. If we pull this out, like I said, the 15-minute candlestick chart, you guys can see we are selling off towards the close today. We like to call this the 10-minute rig, where you either make a big move to the upside or to the downside. It gives you a good gauge of sentiment, what the next day is going to be. So it's highly likely, in my opinion, that we do see a red day coming tomorrow. And we are not out of the woods whatsoever. We are right in the middle of the 50-day and the 200 or the 100-day moving average as well. So we could gap down under the 200-day, or we could rip up over the 50-day. If we obviously go above the 50-day, that should turn into a support level, and we should see some room to go higher. If we go under the 100-day, the same does apply. And why is this important? As you guys do know, AMC directly correlates the overall markets. So I do think the markets are going to be down tomorrow. AMC is likely to be down tomorrow as well. But I welcome this as a true and true ape that has never had more conviction in this trade than I do right now. I want to buy as many shares as possible. I want to own thousands or hundreds. You guys get the idea. I want to buy as many shares as possible, and that's exactly why I've been buying AMC almost every single day. Now, as far as the jobs report, this may be a reason why we're selling off, but this is actually a good and bad thing. As CNBC does say right here, there was something for both bears and bulls in Friday's jobs report, which explains the I can't say that word, in stocks following the release. The headline number was a major disappointment as the economy added just 194,000 jobs in September, well below the Dow Jones estimate of 500,000 the Labor Department added. So we essentially missed on our jobs report about, what is that, 306,000 jobs. So that's obviously seen as a negative thing, but the unemployment did fall to 4.8% from 5.2%. So that can be seen as a good thing. But with a big miss on the jobs report, investors are going to be paying attention to Jerome Powell November 3rd to see if he does start tapering. So the fact that the jobs report was so bad, it's a little bit less likely that he will announce tapering in November. He may wait until December. So there's, you know, like it says, there's good and bad when it comes down to the jobs report. The markets, they're kind of starting to take it bad towards the end of the day today. But that's really what you guys need to know. We're not out of the woods. It looks like tomorrow is going to be negative. If any, or not tomorrow, but Monday, if any new developments do happen over this weekend with the Evergrande China situation, a little bit of tin, like I called out in the last video, I do think China's property segment is really going to come back and haunt the markets a couple weeks or a couple months from now. I don't think that situation is over. Once this debt ceiling situation is completely resolved, even once we come to December, I think that's going to be a main focus yet again, is Chinese real estate bubble, the debt, the businesses that are not able to pay back their bond notes. So I do think that's a potentially negative thing that is coming. But if you want AMC to sell off and you want the market to sell off, once you can acquire more shares of AMC and to see the short sellers really have their capital restricted to really be able to force them to cover, that's exactly what you want, is the market going down. So that's what you guys need to know. Some positive, some negative. Just want to be straight up with you guys. Now, Adam Aron's tweet, this is just kind of funny, so I do want to read it to you guys. 19 hours ago, some of you have suggested that a CEO of AMC Theaters, I've been playing chess while detractors playing checkers. On the weekend that James Bond's No Time to Die opens in the US, it feels more like AMC is playing three-dimensional chess. To naysayers, say it loud, hashtag choke on that. He has really been using that, choke on that. I think it's good, a good sign for earnings coming on November 1st. I think earnings are going to be great for AMC. That could potentially be our next big catalyst to the upside, and that's what I'm going to be paying attention to, because that is only right around the corner, about 3 weeks away. Now let's talk about the short interest data, and if this does update a lot, you know, because we still have 1 minute towards the end of the day, it typically finally updates all the numbers for the day about an hour after market does close. So about 5 o'clock Eastern time. I will bring that to you guys in another video if it is something dramatic. But we are currently looking at 20.27% short interest, estimated shares that are sold short of 103.69 million, about 3-4 times the volume that we did see today. If that puts it into any kind of perspective for you guys, very large number. And once that volume does go back into the stock, that's when you're going to see the explosive moves to the upside. That's really another reason why I'm so bullish on buying AMC at these current prices. Now, share utilization is at 87.21%, which is a good thing in my opinion. Plenty of shares that can still be sold short. Free float on loan has not moved at all recently over the past 7 days, still at 22.38%. So I do think Ortex is slightly lagged behind, like I've indicated in other videos, that some of these numbers will update here in the next couple of days. So that's what you guys need to know from that. Now let's take a look at the Stock Tracker data as well. Looking at about 19,306 calls that are in the money next week, 201,000 that are out of the money. So like I did indicate in the last video as well earlier today, we can see a small to medium sized gamma squeeze if we do see this, cup and handle formation, and then we do see that breakout over 40. You can see a small to medium gamma squeeze. We are only talking, 15 to 20%. That is what I would categorize as a small to medium gamma squeeze. But as you guys do know, don't expect anything too crazy volatility wise for AMC as far as the option chain is concerned until January 21st 2022, which is also right around the corner if you do think about it. Now we are going to go ahead and take a look and see if any new 13F filings have came out from institutional investors, and we're not seeing too much. What I want to point out, like I did in the last video, what I've pointed out in a couple videos now, is the average share price on these positions is very high. Take a look at this. Prosperity Planning Inc. $47.37 average price per share, 92,000 shares. So you're seeing, what is that, $3.5 million worth of AMC, but they are substantially underwater on their positions. But the fact that these firms are so underwater and continue to hold on to their basically entire positions, I think that is a great sign for, gauging institutional perspectives on AMC. So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. We are seeing a couple funds that have sold out, but overall you're seeing most firms holding on to their position. Now let's talk about the technical analysis just a little bit more. AMC, or just the overall market now, is close, and we are seeing that was a bad sell-off in the time that we were making this video. Look at that gap down, guys. That is pretty brutal. Now this puts us pretty much back to the point that we were at on October 7th when we did open the day and we did have a strong day. Now we're a little bit up in after hours, but I will go ahead and mark this just because I think it could serve to be important. If we can stay above this, especially in after hours, if we don't continue to fall, I think that's a great sign right there. If we do, then I mean, right here, $35.64 would be the next level to watch, and this is only looking back at the past couple of days. So AMC is still up quite substantially from where it was just a little, couple days ago, a little while ago. Now, as far as potential downside, watch this 37.22 mark. We are pretty much there right now, $37.18 per share. If we can stay above that, that is a great sign. That's really where we started this rally to $53 and some change. If we do, see this gap up, then obviously $40 is going to be our resistance level. Nothing too crazy. AMC is starting to move a little bit in after hours. So that is going to be all for this video. If you guys got some value out of this video, hopefully it got a insight into at least what I am thinking and what I expect to happen. Odds are tomorrow is going to be negative, as well as just the overall market in AMC, and like I said, the overall market, because we did gap down so hard towards the end of close today with a lot of selling volume that did come in. So drop that like on the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think about all of this information. If you guys do want to support the channel, link for public, link for Webull down below in the description of this video, as well as a link for the buy and sell alerts. You guys will be notified every time a trade is bought or sold in real time, whether it's a day trade, swing trade, or long-term investment with stock options and or crypto, and it literally pays for itself. So look forward to seeing you guys over there. That's all for this video. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you in the next one.